welcome back to Jackula's Castle. Today we are here with our hearse.
We finally got it. We've been talking about it for several weeks, or hinting at it, I guess, at least, in our shopping videos. We went last night, we picked it up, it drove home great. And what we're thinking we're going to do is we're going to start a new section of Jackula's Castle. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a name. Jackula's Castle's Garage. I don't know. We'll figure out a good name. But what we're going to try to do is show you from the day basically we get this hearse all the way to what it becomes once we've kind of brought it back to life and made it into our ultimate Halloween shopping vehicle.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how many Halloween decorations we're going to be able to fit in the back of this thing?
A lot.
It's crazy. Plus, the coolest thing is, if we go buy something from Home Depot, like one of those big, giant, whatever the 12-footer of the year is, those beer pins in the back that hold the casket, what do you think they'll hold? They'll hold the giant box. So it'll be just snug back there, like a little casket full of 12 feet of treasure.
Well,
So,
it may be a little bit too tall.
I don't think so. There's only one way to find out. We're going to have to buy something ridiculous.
Yeah.
So what do you think of all this?
It's really cool.
You know,
It's really cool.
we test drove it just around the place we bought it from, and he didn't sit up front. He was already riding in the back, like slipping around in there. What did you think about riding back there where the bodies went?
It feels weird riding back there.
The nice thing about it is it does have, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not going to be real comfortable, but there is room for 3 people in the front seat. So if we need to all 3 of us cram in there, we'll be able to do it. So what we're going to do today is I am going to take you around this thing inside and out and show you everything, exactly what it looks like as we got it. And then our next video is going to be all about kind of detailing it and cleaning it up. You ready to wash a car?
No.
I mean, I got an insane amount of products to protect the vinyl roof and the car, because I couldn't find much when I was thinking about buying it on what to use or how to do it. So I'm hoping this will kind of help everyone.
I've never washed a car, so.
You're going to learn something. It's really hot, so it's a good day to get a little wet wash in the car. I do just real quick want to mention, I don't think I had said that this is a 2006 Cadillac DTS Medalist, made by S&S Coach Company. As much stuff as I found online, I didn't find a whole lot just from the years kind of surrounding this one. So I'm really hoping it gives people kind of an idea of what to expect if you're doing the same thing we did. We don't know a ton about cars, so we're learning. This is, you're going to kind of learn with us. You're going to see what we screw up, what works, what doesn't. Should we get started with this beast?
Yes.
Wait, how long do you think it'll be before we get to take it on its first shopping trip?
Honestly, a couple of days.
A couple of days. You think this week we're gonna be brave and take it out for the first time?
Yeah.
All right. I like your enthusiasm. We better get going then. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start here at the front. I'm going to take you all around the outside. Then we'll take a look at the inside, and I'll kind of show you what's going on in there. The first, there are a couple issues on the front that I found. The first is the headlights. It's a running problem with the 2006 Cadillacs. The top one has some sort of heat malfunction that causes it to get so hot that it can melt the outer casing there. Unfortunately, these are kind of hard to change the bulbs and replace, but it looks like that's something I'm going to have to do. That'll be for a later video. This one works fine, as ugly as the top is. The blinker works, the headlights work, all that works just fine. The one over here on the other side, however, the blinker isn't working, and the headlight seems a little intermittent, so I don't know if that means it's burning out, or if it's just the whole assembly needs to be replaced, which eventually is going to have to happen. The grill over here is pretty good on this side, but over here you can see it's got some of the fake chrome there kind of bubbling up. So once I find out that all the really important parts of the car are working well, I'll definitely be looking into replacing the grill here to one that's not all bubbly like that. Let me go around and I'll open up the hood for you so you can see what's going on in there. So here under the hood, I mean, it all looks pretty clean. It's the North Star engine, but it is the later version. So it's got a lot of the problems fixed from the early 2000 ones. I decided going to go ahead and take it in early in the week and just have somebody go over the whole thing, kind of tell me if everything seems like it's running as it should, because, you know, I'm not a big car guy and I don't know all the ins and outs of it. I just know the basics. So I'm going to have that checked out, and hopefully it doesn't come back with anything major that needs to be done. You know, I checked all the fluids were fine. The belts, you can see here, have all been changed. They look pretty new. I don't think there's any major problems, but we'll see how it goes. You can kind of see on the grill here where it's messed up here too. There's supposed to be a cover that goes all across here. I don't know why that's missing. I'm gonna have to get a new one. There may be a side one that goes right here too. I'm not sure. But again, that's kind of like the grill, you know, it's mostly cosmetic, so I'll deal with that when we get to it. Go around this way. Unfortunately, somebody swiped one of the wheel covers here before we could get it home. It was on there the first time we saw the car, so they're going to replace that, but all the rest of them are here. I've just got to get a replacement for that one. And the car so far, I mean, it looks pretty good. It's got a couple small scratches on it, but overall nothing too bad. I am going to do a video coming up. I bought a bunch of different car cleaning and, you know, waxing supplies and stuff. So I'm going to do a detailing video on the hearse so you can kind of get an idea of what works and what doesn't. Because when I was looking for answers to some of that, I couldn't find many. So hopefully I can help somebody with that. You can see here through the window, I'll show you better when I open it up, but these little brackets here would hold the name of the funeral home. I'm going to look into getting some made with our channel name right there, so you'll be able to see it in metal letters there inside the window. You can see the opera lights over here. They both work. The only problem is see if you can make it out, but this is not the original one. This is a replacement, because I think the original ones, the lens had fallen out of them. So I will probably be hunting that down. You can see the outline of it. It was a little bigger, and I think it had 3 lenses on it instead of 2. They pop up on eBay every once in a while, so I'll pick one of those up. We've got the Landau bar back here, still in nice shape. Regular old gas tank. And you can see down here on this wheel what the wheel cover should look like. I've got to find out, because I think these have 8 lugs. I think the normal Caddies have 6. I'm gonna have to confirm that. So they may be a different size, which might make that a little difficult. So hopefully the people I bought it from can come up with another one. Okay, coming down the other side here, I'll show you the vinyl roof. It's in pretty darn good shape. You know, a lot of times one of the biggest things when you're buying a hearse is to worry about this front part and whether or not it's starting to peel up, because it will rust all under here and it will start leaking into the car. At first I was a little worried because it seemed a little bumpy there, but it's not soft. Everything seems fine. It did have, when I first looked at it, some very tiny little holes. I don't know exactly what caused them. It doesn't feel dry like it's cracking, but they filled them in with a little bit of black, I don't know if it's silicone or what it is, but that seems to have filled them up. There was about 4 or 5 of them. You can see it, but it's nothing major. I'm gonna go and clean the vinyl top, and on the next video I'll tell you what I used and how it worked. You can see over here there's another set of the brackets. Kind of excited to get that done. That's gonna be a fun modification. And over here you can see the other opera light. You can see a little better on here how big the original one should have been. These are fine. They look really cool when it's turned on, but I would like to have the original ones on there. And you can see the coach maker name, the Sayers Scovill. And this tire also has its cap on there. But overall, I mean, you can see a few little spots, but I'm gonna try and take care of that, you know, and I'll show you everything I do to it. But it's not too bad at all. Let's go take a look at the back. Okay, so here we've got the back. No license plate yet. That's all in progress. this is another place you really have to worry about leaks and damage from the vinyl coming up. I looked at several where right around here there was a lot of rust. This one's pretty good in that area. I didn't see any issues back here. There is a little crack right here. I'm guessing somebody backed up a little too far. I think it's going to be easy to do. I'm going to eventually look into getting some backup cameras on here so I don't make the same mistake. So let's go back around and we'll take a look inside. Okay, so here is the driver's seat. Everything's pretty clean in here. The leather seats could use a little bit of work. They're getting a little dry, I think, but not too bad. You can see the partitions up here that slide open. There's one on either side of the glass, which will be nice because when it's crazy hot outside, I'm not going to want to air condition the back of the thing. You can see we have a clock up here. And then down here where there would be the digital clock and the radio, unfortunately the radio is not working. I don't know exactly what the issue with is that. That'll also be a subject for another video, but everything else is working just fine. I'll start it up here so you can see. I've got to get the tire monitor system looked at, but from what I've seen in my parents' cars in the past, that's kind of with a car this age, that just happens. Everything else in here is pretty normal for a 2006 Cadillac, except for this really cool little plaque up here. I'm not sure if you can read it. It says custom built by the S&S Coach Company, which is pretty cool. I like that. I like all the kind of different little touches. And then if you look in the glove box here, I thought it was pretty cool that it came with this. It's got the S&S Coach Company manual. There wasn't anything earth-shattering in it, but it's cool that it's included nonetheless. It does have a few things like, you know, showing you where the emergency latch is in the back in case you get stuck back there. Things like that. The air conditioner blows ice cold, which we're in Texas, so that is a very important thing. But yeah, I mean, the front of it is pretty basic, but nice and clean. Everything looks good. So I guess we ought to take a look at the interesting part. Let's head to the back. So here we go. This is the driver's side door I've got opened up here. You can see the curtains on here. They do have snaps, you know, so you can take them off or clean them. The ones in the back, actually these are as well. The bottom is Velcro here. So if you needed to remove it, you could. Here's a close-up look at the little clamps for the funeral home name. I'm going to look into that pretty early on here. You can see back here on the partition, it says Sayers and Scovill again. It's got this nice little embroidered emblem. All of this is in really nice shape. The only issues that I really saw back here, there are, you know, a few scrapes here. So I am going to be looking to kind of buff that out and see what I can do to kind of hide those a little bit. But overall, it's not too bad. I think it's some polishing is going to go a long way there. You can see on these other emblems back here that there are lights underneath each one to light them up. There is the roof light, and here's another look at this one. The light we've got there shining up on this one. You can see here it's got all three beer pins. You know, and they move around depending on the size of casket you're carrying. You would put this one here. It would turn around. You would put it way down there at the end, and it's got, you know, this knob on here to adjust it, to tighten it up on the casket. I do have a casket that's I'm gonna have to try and refurbish as well, so that may end up being a video down the line. And then we'll load it back here. All the rollers look pretty good. There are 8 of them. They've all got the rubber on them. So I don't think there's too much issue there. And if you look over here, this is kind of a storage area under here. There's I think they called it an umbrella storage right here. And then this unlatches. Get it out of here. One-handed's a little tricky. Just pulls out of there, and This is where the spare tire is. Here's the jack and everything in here. Back here, some hearses have a battery. I don't know if the second battery, I don't know if this one's able to take one and it's just not here. I think that's a fuse box, but I haven't gotten in it. I'm not 100% sure what the deal is with that yet. So that's gonna take just a little bit of research to see what's going on there. Okay, here on the passenger side, this side's, basically just the same. Only difference is that instead of a spare down here, we have a church truck that they threw in, and this will help me get my coffin around where it needs to go. It unfolds and it'll roll, and it'll help me load it in the back because they're really heavy. And then back here, we've got the battery. It's all hooked up there if you can get a decent look at it. Here's a little piece of trim. I don't know if this is supposed to cover up the battery or what. Haven't figured that out yet. And then the umbrella storage area here just goes all the way through. Okay, here's a look in the back. Here's the big back door. It's got a handle down here if you were inside and need to pull it closed, I guess, or just to pull it halfway closed. The emergency door release is right here. Had Jackson test it out the other day. You just pull it up and or actually you might push it down. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. He did that one. But he did confirm it works. So we won't get stuck back there anytime soon. And you can see there's another little plaque here, custom built by the S&S Coach Company. And there will be a bumper protector. Just hasn't came in yet. I've got to go pick it up from the people I bought it from. It's basically carpet with a rubber backing, and it goes under these two to hold it down, and it rolls over the bumper so that when I roll the church truck up to it with the casket on it, the casket will roll right in, and it won't, break up the bumper or anything. There is also a storage area here for that back beer pin that's right there in the middle, that you can put it here out of the way for when you're loading the casket, and then you would put it in one of these holes depending on how big the casket was. You can kind of get a sense of how big this thing is from back here. There are two overhead lights. There's one up there at the front as well. But I think it's going to be a fun project. I'm hoping that, there's nothing too major I've got to do, just some cleaning, some small maintenance, headlights, things like that. We'll see how that goes. We'll find out on Monday when I take it in and have it looked at. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the tour around this thing. Anything else that comes up that we find, we'll put in future videos, any little secret spots, anything in there, because like I said, we don't know everything about this, and the instruction manual is not very big, so lots of learning to do. So I think it's time to get this guy cleaned up and ready for his first shopping trip, you think?
Yes, I think so.
All right, well, let's get working on it. Keep an eye out for that video soon. Please like and subscribe.
Bye.